Hi everyone, welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Jane. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3. All my sessions are timeless, so whenever you find it, it's the right time for you. Don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. And you can pick more than one card. And with that, I'm going to move on to group 1. See you there, or maybe group 2, or maybe I'll see you in group 3. Welcome group 1. Okay, let's see here. You've chosen the camel celebration. And okay, they want me to bring out, this is a postcard from Spirit, so they want me to read this to you in the end. Okay, it's this one. She's in water with flowers. It says, "You are love." Okay, so we're going to read that at the end. And let's start here. I'm going to pull them all up. Ooh, got the World card. Ace of Pentacles. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. So first off, with the celebration card here. Oh, I let the dogs in. Hold on a moment. Okay. Here we go. So with the camel and celebration, like the camel is well, first off, it's an animal that lives in very harsh climates. So you could be, or could have at some point lived in like a harsh home environment or work environment. Yeah. So, you might have probably felt like you had to walk around on eggshells even. Also, the camel represents fire, the element of fire. Also, the camel, it's able to adapt easily to its environment. I mean, it goes very long periods of time without water. It can blend in because of like the color that they are, and then like the color of sand. Plus, they can hold water. They can go really long periods of time without water. And they actually, here's a fun fact, or maybe not for you, I don't know. So it's like they can rehydrate faster than any other animal. So even though they go long periods without water, when they do drink water, they rehydrate faster. Isn't that cool? So, Mother Nature is just amazing. So then we have the World card here. So this is something that is like cycles completed, a new start, a feeling of belonging. The celebration card too, I keep thinking how, camels can live in groups, but also they can live without groups. So I think that you could be somebody that is like really well grounded, someone that is like really strong and it has endured like really rough life. And just because like it's backed up with the polar bear, and and see how it's like wrapped around the earth, so it's like embracing the earth, like you've embraced the earth in a way that a lot of people probably have not been able to. And the reason why, okay, there is scratching. What is going on? I'm being distracted from this message. Must be important because I've had a lot of distractions. Like, though I've cut the piece out of the video here where I thought one of my animals was scratching at the door to come in. I got up and I opened the door and it makes this weird noise on the audio equipment, and then when I shut the door, it makes like all these rattling, nasty noises anyway. So I cut that out so nobody has to hurt their ears hearing it. But you know, there was nothing at the door, and then now I just heard that scratching again, and it just sounds like it's coming from under the bed. So it could be one of my dogs, I guess, a small one. But I mean, it's just weird because she doesn't usually make those noises, so I don't know what's going on. So the next card here is Ace of Pentacles, or the One. So this is about new projects, and that it's about manifesting and reality. And this stone also, like, it has like a labyrinth on it. So it, that indicates to me that you've really, like, have gone through the labyrinth of life. Like, you've really had to, like, take all those twists and turns and hit dead ends, and veer to the right and then veer to the left and hit dead ends again. So I think that's something that you've really, but what comes with that, though, is like, this stone also represents like the spiritual symbol, like the meeting point between like two different dimensions. So I'm pretty sure that you're somebody that is well tapped in already. And then, like, the Ten of Swords, like, this is all about, well, it's sad, like, there's like a realization, you know, over whatever's happening, like, in this break. This is something too, like, this Ten of Swords, like, this is like, it's time to go, it's time to get out. And it's also like, maybe one time you fought for something or someone, like, you could have fought for, a job, or, your family, or, anything really, something that you believed in. Like, you could have fought really hard to keep that and hold on to that. But sometimes, when you hold things too tight, they just slip through your fingers anyway, because they're not meant to be, right? So, like, the Ten of Swords showing up here, that is, it's over. That's the realization, the sad realization about that I think that you're probably coming to. And if you're going through that, my heart goes out to you, because I'm going to send you all my love and light here, because it's not easy when you come to realizations, when we all go through this. But, I think it's because you've had a really tough life too. The cards are really telling me that you've really gone through a lot. And so with that, we're going to move on, and we're going to find out how we're going to be able to help you. We're going to find out what we can do to clarify some situations for you. And that's what I do. So let's do it. Okay, where do you want to begin, Spirit? Okay, they want me to bring out, find out what characters are going on here. So let's see here. Okay, we're not going to focus too much on this, though, because on anything too negative. So we're just going to touch base here and see what Spirit wants me to know, so I can deliver the proper message. Okay, Spirit, so you want 2 over here. Ooh, flicking this out. Okay. Yeah, look, the Fool, just like new beginning. The World, new beginning. Oh, and then Pentacles too. Okay. All right. So, okay, Spirit, what do you want us to know here? Okay. So, I'm picking this one. Okay, what is? Okay, let's see what's going on. The bottom, Swindler. Okay, but it's in reverse. Lost soul, seeker of clarity, wanderer, confusion, defeat, struggle. Oh, Spirit. Waiter, but it's in reverse here. attendant of hospitality, steward, cleaner. You're not waiting around. So, whoever it is that I think this has to do emotionally, because, you're just seeking clarity. I think you felt really lost after whatever happened here. Well, I mean, what everything has led up to this point, because there's a lot. I can feel it, right? Like, how that saying goes, like when you have the world on your shoulder, only you're clinging to the world. So I think you're trying to cling to a world that wasn't meant for you, because this pillar here speaks about it's a symbol of spiritual connection between the two dimensions. So you're kind of like a bridge. And I think that's why this has happened, because you are a bridge. And if that's the case, then this was in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What else here? Spirit. This one here. Okay. They're asking me to bring up this deck here. Yeah, look, time is in reverse. Look, so when it's in the upright, it says delay, procrastination, too busy. But look, it's in the reverse, which means it's time. Just like the card, the Ten of Swords. It's like it's time to go. It's time to get out. Like if situations make you feel like this, that's your indication. That you're not meant. It's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying? You have daydreaming on the bottom, but it was in reverse. Okay, let's find out what's going on here. All right, Spirit. What do you want here? What's the vibe here? Oops, here we go. Consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals, but that was in reverse. So these weren't because you had bad choices. Exhausted, burnout, burn, and empty. Why would that be in the reverse? You know why? Because I think that see how they come up with the card burned, and then there's she's got a match here. So consequences, bad choices. So you didn't make bad choices. See, the thing is, when you're on a journey, we're all on a journey. Everyone is on a journey. So what's happening here is that when the Ten of Swords shows up and pulls that rug from underneath you, and maybe that's why you're holding onto the world so tight like you are, because maybe this has happened, like that rug's been pulled out so many times, and now you're just like, oh my god, like confused, you feel defeat, you feel like the struggle, but then you're like, okay, but I'm not a waiter. I am not here to benefit just you and to clean up your mess and to be a steward or a mom to you. I mean, if it's like a mate, you know what I'm saying? Not if you're actually children. But here, it's like you didn't make bad choices. But what happened is that you've learned all the lessons that you needed to learn from this situation. And that's why it had to come to an end, because you learned everything you needed to learn. So now they're like, no more of acting burned out, no more, like, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that maybe you did feel that way. And I think you definitely questioned yourself a lot. And I noticed that they brought it with the camel, like this one, it's all about like how they can rehydrate really fast, and how like it's really hot in the desert. And then the cards that come right out underneath it is about You know, they have like, they talk about the fire, like, you know, the match lit here, and then like the burned out reference, and the burned and the empty. Because really, what's in the desert? A whole lot of sand, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. What else you want here? We want to clarify some life situations here. So let's clarify some life situations. Okay, Spirit. What does this group need to know here? Oh, whoa. See how that's trying to fan out everywhere? Okay, let's see here. It's on the bottom. Making plans, yes. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. The world is yours. The world is all yours. You just need to embrace. You know, looking at things in a way that, you know, like things, this, you know, when things like this happen, and you know, crises and disasters come upon our lives, you know, like it's better to look at it in a way that, you know, it's not happening to me, but it's happening for me. It has to happen for me. Look, almost there. Persist with faith, for you are on the brink of a breakthrough. Your efforts are about to bear fruit. And this is, you know, comes right out under the Pentacles here, where it talks about, you know, like where you're that bridge. Okay, so you could be working on your spiritual journey now. Let's see, what's this here, Spirit? You want one of these? One of these out here now. Look at that. Attraction. And you know, it's funny because when I had this deck out and I split it, it split on something about a connection or meeting someone or something like that. And I just, you know, put the deck down, and then it came out with attraction. Strong attraction binds you and another person together. This connection is both emotional and physical, drawing you closer. See, this is the problem. Your energies are connected. So what you need to do is, if you really truly want to move on, you need to, well, you don't have to do anything. I mean, this is just a suggestion that you know, I know that does work and helps people. So you can do like a cord cutting. So you can energetically call in Archangel Michael and ask him to use his sword, Excalibur, with the blue flame. Ask him if he, you know, you just imagine all your chakras and strings coming from each one of them. And then ask him to come in and sever the cords, the energetic cords that you have attached to this person here. Okay. And every time you think of that person or you have a dream about that person, you go to call in Archangel Michael and ask for the cords to be severed again. Okay. Yeah. Have a collaboration. Make this deal with Archangel Michael. Yeah, because it says here collaboration with colleagues or business partners is going smoothly. Mutual respect and teamwork are producing excellent results. So you will see results from it, guaranteed. All right, Spirit, what else do I need here? Okay, ask me to bring out one of these crystals that you could work with. Oh, look at that. They're trying to let your rose-colored heart lead the way. Yeah, you know what? Don't allow this energy that has been that you've been involved with, don't allow this energy to taint your heart, because when you know how they say, when God closes a door, he opens a window, and when you have a door here and you have windows here, and it's basically, if you allow the hurt and the pain to overtake your heart space, then you can disconnect from the divine. So working on your spiritual path is really going to come to a screeching halt. Okay. All right. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, they want me to read that. Okay. Rose quartz. Rose quartz, and rose quartz is healing of the heart too. By the way, let the rose color heart lead the way. And whatever's going on here, there's like a negativity, because I can feel it. I can feel it moving in here. Stop and smell the rose quartz, babe. It probably smells like hearts and butterflies and chocolate candies, because this card indicates that romance and heart flutters are near. Rose quartz helps you find the dreamy beauty in just about anything, like enjoying the pink glow of the sunset out of your window during an otherwise miserable and traffic-filled evening commute. Its gentle energy also brings out the most beautiful tenderness in the relationships, and it can coax compassion out of deepest corners of your heart, allowing you to feel unconditional love for yourself and others alike. Put your guard down. So, to help you with this struggle and confusion, and to help seek some clarity, I recommend some rose quartz for you. And you can carry it around in your pocket, or, hold it in your hand when you're really stressed out, or, what, you could call in Archangel Michael, and, there'll be a big, it will really help. Let's see here. We're going to read the spirit, but they also, before I read it, they want me to bring out a book, and I don't know what's in the book. I don't know what book it is. Hold on. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything, or else nothing will get done. Be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. But we don't think that would be a good choice. See, just like I was saying, that you're not going to be a waiter or a cleaner, or, the steward, or, attend to everyone else's hospitality and put yourself on the back burner. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, unmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra: I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so, so much. See, and we pulled this card right in the very beginning, and that's what this has all been about. from like the camel going, living on those hardships, and like the lost, feeling like a lost soul. Okay, there's something else that they want me to pull out here, and I can hear that scratching at the door again. So I'm going to try to get that, and then I'll have to bleep out the noise that it makes. Okay, all right, here we go. So they're asking me which one do you want, Spirit? Hold on, I got to feel the energy. I don't know which one they want. I had so many interruptions, and I get this negative energy like pestering me, and so it's distracting. So hold on a minute. This one, yeah. Okay. I had to let them show me in my mind's eye because I don't get interference that way. Alrighty, here we go. This one. Haha. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Both. Look, pathways and then real courage. So they want me to read this one first because it's short. When the open highway appears overwhelming, it is okay to exit, to find smaller pathways and a slower pace to reach your destination. Pathways. Okay, so this one is called real courage. Kick the self-doubt rocks out of your path. Knock them off your track. Break away those self-imposed restraints and fully exhale any anxiety attacks. Resist the second-guessing traps or anything threatening to snatch you back into yesterday's reality. Face that looming fear. Beat it back and down until it is black and blue, finally cowering and whimpering away. Then do the thing anyway, even if it still frightens the crap out of you. Real courage. I almost want to cry. Oh my God, Spirit. Okay, like whoever you are, I just really want to give you a big hug. So I hope this video finds you well, and I'm sending you all my love and light. I'm going to bid you a good day, and I'm going to move on to group 2. Hello, group 2. Okay, so you picked foundation, Jabiru, I want to say. Okay, so this bird is actually a type of stork. So Spirit has asked me to bring out a postcard from Spirit card, and I'll read that at the end. And this card will have everything to do with this reading, or give you advice at the end or something. It always something to do with it. Okay, well, storks, they're like the tallest bird that flies, and they also have the second largest wingspan. Oh, shoot, I don't know which one's Spirit. Hold on, I need to feel the energy. That's it, right. So we're going to read this one at the end. Well, I guess both of them are cherubs. This one says, love you always, and this one says, with love. Okay, let's move that aside. Keep going here. Queen of Wands. Justice. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, so with foundation, this is like an earth symbol. Also, this tells me that this is like a really committed type individual. Also, but though you're very independent, and you might have been like a little bit like of a late start in life. You might feel like you've had a late start, but you're the type of person that you like. I think you really believe in marriage. Like like you pick a partner, and then to death do you part type thing. I think you really believe that, like the old fashioned type. Um, okay. So then with the Queen of Wands here, like, this is where like you're sharp witted and you trust in yourself, you have integrity, you're creative, you have like, because you trust in yourself, that's like that, you have like a clarity of your vision. You're a good listener, but you're also a good a talker as well. Like, I think you're like inspirational, I'm gonna say. Hmm. But with the Queen of Wands, this is like the arrival of an inspiring influence. And you'll notice like you have this fox in the hole here, sleeping with the trees all around them, like protecting them. Because really, with how big this base is, like it would be the driest part because that would never get wet with the canopy above, right? So he's like really cocooned in this, like, yeah, okay. And then with the justice, this is really about truth, right? And like, if you look at this fish, like this is a salmon that is going upstream to spawn. So like the water is both. It is like it like aids the fish, right? And helps it provide it with life, but also it's a hindrance to its life because it has to like to be able to spawn because only the strongest can make it. Only the strongest. It's the only way to keep the population, like it's the only way, like only the strongest make it. Like, so I think you're somebody that really is a lot about truth. Okay. And the Nine of Swords, now this is where it gets a little odd because with the Nine of Swords here, this is all about like it's like confronting the fears. Like, these bats in the picture, like they're really big, but these bats, even though they're big, I'm pretty sure these are like fruit bats. So fruit bats would never harm you. I mean, they just feed on fruit. So, even though they're big though, like it's almost like you're afraid of something, even though you really didn't need to. But it tells me that something's awakened. Um, to prey on your nightmare, like your nightmares. Like, I think it might have been some kind of like um, trauma based experiences or something. But again, you must go through the dark to get to the light. Just like this salmon has no choice but to, like, only the strong, it's only for the strongest. So you could be somebody that is battling your animalistic features and your spiritual type, higher energy. Spirit. Because like the Nine of Swords is all about like facing your fears, right? Confronting the fears and asking for help. So if you've gone through like some kind of trauma and you're really struggling and you just want to hide, you know what I mean, and not be seen, you really should seek, some kind of counseling or therapy. And I think therapy gets a bad rap too from like the older generations because they're the older generation kind of tends to think that like you just suffer in silence and deal with it. But no, it's like it really helps to have somebody. It's like having a friend that you just a sounding board, like, sometimes they'll just ask you questions and then you're just like, gee, I don't even have an answer for that. I'm going to have to think about that. And then it makes you do all this like contemplating within yourself. And it just helps you expand. You know what I mean? Okay. So they want me to bring out, let's see what's going on with this here. Okay, let's bring up the characters. These are the characters. Let's find out what's going on here. Characters. One, an architect of solutions, engineering practice. Another one flipped upside down, guide. Um, problem solver, complex systems, technology. Yeah, just like I just said, like you could be somebody that, from an older generation, even that you just have that mindset that, asking for help or um, bringing in somebody that, studied in that field, you know, the brain is a complex um, computer, basically. So, like people can really help with dealing with trauma. Like they could really bring a lot of perspective and guide. Yeah, a guide. But see, it's upside down, navigator, progress, direction. So that, you could be like really um, denying yourself. Yes, a map to they can help you map all that out and move past it. So if you really want to face all this trauma or whatever, then, seek someone just to talk to that has some expertise. You know what I mean? All right, Spirit. What's the vibe? They want me to bring out what's the vibe here. Recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. Yeah, you're going through struggle. Foxes are extremely independent. And they pick a mate and they both raise the children the same as this Jabiru, the stork. They mate for life too, and they co-raise the young. All right, Spirit. Okay, this one here. All right, Spirit. Another one. They both were in reverse. Also, was this one antisocial? In your feelings, silent treatment left out, but it was in reverse. Masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure. Okay. Not a father figure or masculine energy. You're not hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success is in reverse. Okay. So, it's almost like I get this feeling that you're not hopeful because you feel that your foundation is shaky. Or is it shaky with this energy here? Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm not really sure what they're trying to say here because you're not antisocial. Yeah, because you're a good listener. I think a lot of people come to you. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to clarify some life situations here. Let's see if it gives me some more information. Okay, Spirit. That's two. Okay. Okay. We're going to see here. I don't usually flip them out, but we're going to see quiet moments. Yeah, because you're right under the Queen of Wands here. This quiet moment. Quiet moment. Seek solace in the silence where clarity finds its true voice. Because that's what the Queen is all about. Trusting in yourself with the clarity of vision. Okay, so they brought these two out here. So we have manifest the new and just go with it. So this one first, Spirit. Embrace spontaneity and trust the journey, remaining open to unexpected twists and turns along the way. Right under that fish, the journey. Okay, and then you have the swords here. This is the Nine of Swords. This is the one where, it's confronting the fear. So it says manifest the new, embrace change and envision your desires, allowing the universe to align with your intentions. This is cleaning up that old trauma stuff. Well, and then on the bottom, one last move. You have come far on your journey. Keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so this one. Okay, so they want one of these. Well, conflict. Conflict is inevitable, but through honest communication, you can find a way to resolve issues and strengthen your relationship. See on the bottom too is expectations. You hold high hopes and positive expectations for love. You're ready to embrace new emotional experiences with an open heart. So I wonder if you're want to separate from this energy here. See, because romance is in reverse too. Romance is dimming under the weight of daily life, where expressions of love are being neglected. Yeah, just like I thought. Okay, so one more here. This one. Okay, they want one more here, and then, oh, jeez. Okay, so it brought out all a bunch of these here. So it has pride, so it's arrogance, ego, stubborn, shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected, frozen, no words, stonewall, elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. These could be the things that you're feeling that's going on here in this relationship. And maybe that's why hopeful is in reverse here. You know, this conflict thing, you know, I don't know. Like, I mean, you could probably manifest to like have like better communication, be honest and all that. But I mean, you can do that all you want, but if that other person isn't going to be, you know, they're going to have like, they're going to be stubborn and they're going to, you know, create trouble and turmoil and, you know, leave you with no words, stonewall you, you know, with their silence. You know what I mean? You're asking questions and they're not answering you. You know, like they're just curling up in a little ball and going to sleep. You know, so that leaves that like being elusive, you know, they're being dishonest or there's something's, you know, something's up. Okay, what card do you want here, Spirit? Okay. It was in reverse, both of them. So it says boundaries, no drawing the line enough. So you're not putting any boundaries down with this individual. And thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. And that was also in reverse. So there's no boundaries being put down. You know, I think that maybe you're trying to hold on, like you're just trying to go along with it and you're trying to manifest, like, so I think your fears are losing this person. But the problem is when you have that fear, what happens is you actually manifest that into your world. And then it comes on the bottom, divine masculine. So I think this is you, and but it's about a divine masculine. You're chasing them, yeah. But it's pursuit, toxicity, and resilience. See, when you're chasing somebody, you become undesirable, really. Cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. Yeah, it's distorted. And then possibilities, free spirited adventure, risks. See, and this is what's going on. Your judgment is being cloudy because you're trying to manifest this to stay together, but I don't think it's meant to. It's not meant to because I think something way better is coming for you. Okay, Spirit. Um, what do you want this individual to know? Okay, they want me to bring out a couple more of these clarifying here. River of release. Drift along the river of release, where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. See, and it says right here, like just go with it. Trust the journey. Mountain of mastery. Ascend toward self-realization and triumph, guided by the soul presence of the mastery. No, sorry. What does it say? Realization of, okay, oh my gosh. I see nothing. Ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the mastery mountain pathway. Yeah, I think you're going to be on a new path. I don't think you're going to have much of a say in it. I mean, if the other person doesn't want to participate, they don't want to spawn with you anymore. Sorry, but okay. You know, group one you might resonate with group one. Not this one. Oh, I lost the other one, Spirit. It's on the bottom. Adapt and thrive. Exactly. You need to, luck flows with change. Stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. Yeah, they keep talking about your journey and how you have to accept what's going on. Serene heaven, embrace tranquility as your refuge. Yeah, they spoke about refuge again too, because this card here is like a refuge, right? Where serenity blossoms and peace unfolds your being. Exactly. And why do you want to suffer? Choose wisely. Decisions shape your path. Amid challenges, stay open to learnings as answers reveal your destined journey. See, and that's why I think group one too, because this card is a labyrinth, and there was a labyrinth meaning in the first reading too. They're asking me to bring out one of these cards for you here to help you work with a crystal, and it will help. Oh, this one, the opal. Look for the rainbow in everything. Okay, so look for the rainbow in everything. Okay, book. Here we go. Opal. Okay, opal. The milky depth of the opal stone reflects the full prism of the rainbow, offering satisfying proof that the entire spectrum of color exists. There's a lot of color in this manifesting thing too. Almost reminds me of a kaleidoscope. Within everything, oops, sorry. What is this? Of color exists within everything. If you just look at it from the right angle, are you able to see this incredible range of hues in your current situation and reflection? Or is your spiritual TV set stuck in standard definition, black and white, without you even realizing it? Everything has a little something to teach you today, and every interaction you have or person you bump into can have to can help to reveal something important about yourself. As above, so below. Know what I mean? Take note of how your surroundings are shaping your inner landscape, and be aware of the ways in which your inner rainbow can radiate out and affect the world around you too. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now they want me to read this. Dear wonderful you, intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one that is totally you without artifice, yeah, or walls. Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way you will know true closeness with others, and you will also be close to spirit and to us. There is amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just be yourself with another or a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy is truly empowering. So we support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You will know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is almost who we are with others, so share it. You will be so glad you did, loving you so, so, so much. Just like when I said in the very beginning that, learning about yourself and going to like a counselor or a therapist or something, it is really freeing, because you get to see all the different aspects of yourself and why sometimes you make the decisions you do. And because you're somebody that, because you're the Queen of Wands here, like you really like trust in yourself and you're anyway. So like, You know what I mean? Like you get that clarity of the vision, like especially in your quiet moments. But I think because your heart rules you so much, it brings in like this confusion. So, having someone to talk to help work things out. There's something they want me, there's a book here, there's something they want me to pull out. This book here, yeah, this one. They want me to pull something out here for you. Oh, if you are heartbroken, here we go. If you are heartbroken, don't cry too much. Nothing good will happen. Your pain will only grow bigger and stronger from your tears. Wash your face, step out of mourning, and plant health healing words upon your heart's wounds. One word at a time. Nurture their roots with hope. Water them with light. Let them bud. Let them bloom. One day you will have a beautiful garden filled with love's flowers. And nobody will ever know that your garden of light and love was built on this. Okay, let me read that again. And nobody will ever know that your garden of light and love was built on the scattered pieces of your heart. Wow, Spirit. Okay, well, with that, these are like all bummer kind of readings today. Everybody's like in their feels. Okay, everyone. Sorry that you're in so much in your feelings and your heartaches and but it's the energy and it's the solar flares. It has a lot to do with the moon cycles and the earth, the way, Gaia is rising and everything is changing so rapidly and there's a lot going on in the world too. So that has a lot to impact on it. And so with that, I'm going to send you all my love and light. And again, just like group one, if I wish I could just hug you because I feel like I know it's hard. Um, anyway, so I'm gonna move on to group three, and I bid you good day. And if you like the reading, hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification. Okay, so I'm gonna send you love and light. Bid you good day. Bye, everyone. Three. Okay, so bear protection. Okay, I'm going to pull one of these postcards from Spirit. I'll read that at the end of the reading. Okay, well, the bear card is about protection. It's about strength. Bears are also a symbol of leadership and, that inner strength. Yeah. So, bears are actually well grounded and very nurturing, and then they have like, of course, that old saying, like, mama bear, right? Everybody knows not to mess with a bear when she's got a cub. So be fearless. That's it too, that strength. So this card, that's what we're talking about here. So let's see what's going on here for you. Okay, the Five of Cups. Oh boy, another one of these, I think. The Page of Cups. It's all about the feelings. Here we go again. Everybody's in their feels lately. A lot of people, like all these readings seem to be about everybody being all upset about things. It's, it's sad, but, it's the way of the world, I guess. So with this protection card, and it's coming, and, you have the Five of Cups. This is about relieving pain, finding peace with whatever the loss that you've had. And this is something that you're probably thinking about a lot. It's on your mind a lot. Like I think it's really like bent you. Like I think you really have been, like, it hasn't broken you, but it has definitely bent you. But just like these trees, like they bend in the wind too. Like when they have storms come and blow through, you know, they're still strong. They stand strong. Just, and I believe that, you have this little teeny mouse, and I think at times that you probably do feel like very insignificant and, you know, very tiny in the entire world, but you're still like one of these big willow trees. Like you can swing in the wind and bend like the rest of them, but you're not going to break. You refuse. I just heard you refuse to. And the Page of Cups, I mean, this is all about like sensitivity and your inner child, and um like like it's like you want to foster like a new approach. You I think you possess something like really special, like maybe since childhood. I think that if somebody has like these really like ancient ideas or old ideas, you see all these colors too. Like it's almost like it gives me like this impression that, you've completely changed your world. And now, you have all these like beautiful colors, and I don't really know for sure. So then we have the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, the Wheel of Fortune here. This is all about like cycles, and it can be about like good luck, fate, joy, radical change. So like, like you see this star here, maybe that's where the ancient thing come from, because stars are really, really old. And sometimes dead stars, like they lose their shine, but sometimes they can shine over time. And so like it's like on occasion, what's lost can open like a new change in your decisions, and for the better. Yeah, because like I get the impression here with the Wheel of Fortune that, though something really tragic might have come into your life, like, and you're really, you're working through the pain of it, like I said, like dead stars can shine over time. So I think that is like you, like I think you're just like in this little mouse type energy, and you're just like you just want a whole new world. I think I don't know what's going on here. Did you create a world? Okay, so you're under great protection here. Let's move on and see what's going on. They're asking me to bring out the oh, animal shaman, spiritual leader, nature. You have like different types of cats in this picture too. So you could, and it's funny too because there's the mouse here, and then the cats, because there's more than one. And then, like cats hunt fish and mice. What's this here? Lawyer, keeper of justice, law, cases, defense, advisor. I think you could be like an old, like I keep getting that you're an ancient star. You might relate to the term star seed. And if you haven't heard it before, you might want to look it up. Okay. All right. So they're going to have me, what's the vibe? Okay. Chaos in reverse, upheaval, disaster, downfall. I think this is the past though, because the Five of Cups here is where you're relieving the pain. or you're reliving the pain of this. But you're trying to find peace from the loss. It is on your mind a lot, though. But the upheaval, I think, is over. Okay, so there's one more to come here. Under the bear. Yeah, well, but it's time. See, the time is in. See, the time. What it says is delay, procrastination, or too busy. But the time in reverse, that means it's been time. Like it's time. It's time to move on from whatever is going on. Yeah, I think this individual had like a resentful, competitive nature with you. But you're finding your peace. Being in nature will help. Okay, they're asking me to bring up one of these ones here. Okay, what is it that you want for the cups? Oh, the cups here. Finding peace. Wealth. Over focusing on wealth may cause you to lose sight of what truly matters, leading to dissatisfaction. Is there another one here, Spirit? Okay. Okay. Now let me bring up this life situations here. Jeez. Scales of balance. You know, you have the keeper of justice over here with the scales again. Okay. Seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. Yeah, and it comes right out under the Page of Cups. That's, you know, you have that sensitivity that you foster new approaches. You know, you really do, you possess something really special. And I think it stems even, I think you even knew this even from childhood. Because, you know, this is like, it gives me like, because the ocean is so old, you know, like it's like, and then you have this like old star that's trying to like light up. You know, there's a lot of red showing out here to me too, and it, you know, and where the bear is really well grounded. And then you have the animal shaman, you know, and shamans are like really ancient type beings, spiritual leaders. You know, and you have like where you have the bear, you have the moose, you have fish, you have the stars, you know, like that's everything like a shaman encompasses all of that, right? I think this is something like you've maybe you think might have like died in you. And okay, we're gonna find, okay, Spirit, what do you want me to quote for you? Okay, on the bottom of the deck, it's open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Okay, oop, they split that and I missed it. Shoot, sorry, Spirit. Okay, let me just mix these up here. Okay, Spirit. You know, I just keep getting the scales of justice. Okay. You know, a shaman is a really great leader too. Because they live in both. They live on the earth. They're connected to the earth, the ocean, the stars, all the animals. Like they're connected to all of that. And they do bring justice because they're stewards of the earth. You know what I mean? They're stewards of the universe. That's what I just heard. Okay. So what do you want here, Spirit? Past life. Look. You were an ancient in a past life. Deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. On the bottom is clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. Abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. Okay, that's what caused this chaos in your life, this upheaval. So another card here. No. Okay. Okay. So what's the vibe? They want to give me what's the vibe here. Didn't I already do that card deck? I did. We can bring another one. Animal shaman. Ha! There you go. You've been hiding it. You're concealing it. You're masked. So you're deceiving yourself. Okay. They suggested me to that you can use one of these crystals or stones that can help. Okay. Spirit, what do you want here? You know, this shaman impresses me every time I see that card because, you know, like he's strong and like I trust him just from just sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, Spirit. Here we go. Pyrite. Bring on the abundance. You know, you get the money over here too, and then you have like the scales of justice in this. You know, that's how they used to weigh money, gold. Yeah, that's how they used to weigh gold. You know, pyrite is actually considered fool's gold. I think. Yeah, I think it is. Let's see here, pyrite. There's something here they want me to read to you. Pyrite. Okay. You don't need $1 trillion to feel like $1 trillion. Really, abundance isn't about wealth or fancy things, though that's admittedly hard to remember when we're lost in a sea of celebrity worshipping and over-curated social media posts. Real abundance means having a mindset that recognizes beauty in the little things and savoring the profound richness of everyday experiences, as well as the glorious vastness of the universe. Huh. You can start flexing your abundance muscles right now by immersing yourself in simple pleasures and feeling gratitude for all that you have. Bonus, when your brain's abundance mode is activated, you're likely to attract more of that same magic. No joke, Spirit. Okay, so they want me to read this, but they also have a book they want me to pull out, and there's a passage in one of these books they want me to read. Okay, so dearest you, are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? Maybe you fear the future is weighing on you. Weighing, Holy Spirit. We would like you to take a little break from all that and start having fun. When you stop fixating on what has been making you heavy-hearted, we get a chance to move some magic in your direction. We just need you to let go a little. Spirit needs some room and gets very inspired by your laughter when you have fun. When was the last time you got really loose, silly, and goofy? Maybe you need to go dancing or watch some very funny comedy to make you laugh, or call that one friend you know will remind you how ridiculous and delightfully giddy you can be. You will return refreshed and renewed and ready to once again see the world as less daunting, and you will be ready to receive in perfect timing the bounty that Spirit has for you. Don't just love how much don't you just love how much we care about you? Wow, Spirit. Mind blowing. Let me grab that book. Which book is it, Spirit? Yeah, they put this in my mind's eye, but I wanted to double check. It says unlock your storybook heart. Okay. Look at that, there's even books. Her book says, one day you were reading fairy tales, and then your life became one. It has been an honor to witness. Should you ever need us again, just pick us up whenever you last left us. For it is our sincere belief that there exists no life so complete that it couldn't use a sprinkle more magic. That's the last three cards. This card, this one, and then now this is talking about your magic. Because you are the shaman. You are this old star, this old ancient that is now lighting up. You're starting to light up. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, finding peace after the loss. So you might have resonated with group one or group two. So if you are like healing from that, the light of these old, it's activating within you. So you could be having like deja vus, or you could be dreaming of like, or seeing like repeated patterns, but you could be like dreaming of like times that, like that you've lived, but you don't recall living them. Do you know what I mean? Like these past lives, but you could also be burning through past life generational karmic type things too, right? Because you know it's all about the karmic lessons here. Okay, with that, I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'm going to send you all my love and light, and I hope this is going to be helpful, and I'm going to bid you a good day, and if you've enjoyed the reading, if you can hit the like button and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. So good luck, and you know, swirl that magic. I mean, holy, like clearly you have magic times three. And I noticed they showed me the number three as I was closing that book. So you're going to have three magical things happen for you. And I don't know what those are. I wish I did. It could be money, it could be love, and it could be your gifts coming online. It'd be awesome if that was the case, because we can always use another ray of sunshine to spread that light in the universe. Would love that. Okay, so have a good day. Bye, everyone.